What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. As always, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, helps out the video huge. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, come along for the second half of the Giants ride, which has been a hell of a ride so far. 7-2, one game out of the NFC East, one game out of the number one seed in the NFC. Obviously, a big game coming up against Detroit here on Sunday, and then the real stretch of tough games begins. 5 divisional games and the 8-1 Minnesota Vikings, not to mention the 5-4-1 Indianapolis Colts. After, depending on what happens after this Sunday, you look at the teams after Detroit. We don't play a team with a losing record. As a matter of fact, I think the Giants have the toughest remaining schedule in the league. It's kind of hard to fathom, seeing as we were one of the worst teams in the league last year, still ended up with one of the toughest schedules in the league the last 7 games or so. Of course, that's what we look forward to. In order to be the man, got to beat the man, got to beat the teams in your division. Looking forward to the challenge. I know the Giants are looking forward to the challenge as well. So let's see what they do. A couple things I want to talk about in this video. The first one is finally, Giants fans. Giants fans, we have complained about a lot of things over the last 5 years. There's some Giants fans even complaining about things this season. I hate the quarterback. Oh, Saquon Barkley, don't pay Saquon Barkley. Don't pay a running back. Or the coaching sucks. The GM sucks. The ownership sucks. The free media and Pepsi's, the back-to-back quarterback sneaks, and everything else that we have dealt with for many years, including tons and tons of injuries, and a lot of them having to do with the turf. Well, good news for New York Giants fans, because it seems that the turf, and Jets fans, not just Giants fans, it seems that the turf at MetLife Stadium is finally going to change. This is one thing that Giants fans have bitched and moaned about, and I think we can all agree upon. It's hard to find. I mean, the Giants fan base consists of millions of people, so you're never all going to agree on one aspect of the football team, or how you want to build it, or what your opinion on the players is, or the coaches, or the style of football, or anything. You can't agree on everything. But I think that 99.9% of the Giants fans will all agree that the turf at MetLife Stadium, you could throw the Jets fans in there too, sucks. And it's one of the worst in the league. And it's caused the most injuries in the league over the last 3 years. So according to Julian Love, the union representative for the NFL Players Association that represents the Giants, said that the 3-year nightmare that the MetLife turf has caused for players from around the league, including the local teams, will come to an end next season. He goes on to say the Giants and MetLife are in the process of getting things done for next year. The turf will be changed. The stats have shown that we are one of the worst fields in the league. And this isn't just from Giants and Jets personnel. This is from other head coaches. I believe Bosa got hurt on the turf last year. There's a lot of teams that complain and question the turf at MetLife Stadium. So the New York Giants, this is why I'm excited about the future. It's the little things that get me excited as a Giants fan. And it doesn't take much, seeing as we won 22 games in the last 5 years coming into this season. To see a team that's in the first year of a rebuild win 7 of the first 9 games, have a real opportunity to make the playoffs, to see the way the players play for Brian Daboll, to see the guys blossom, the guys improve, and guys like Daniel Jones, who some people still say, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that. Listen, Daniel Jones just has to win games. That's what he's doing. They ask him to throw 17 times. He completes 13 passes with 2 drops. I don't know. I've been saying this all year. I don't know what people want from Daniel Jones, but I think Daniel Jones has been absolutely fantastic. Saquon Barkley looks like an MVP candidate. He is definitely on pace to win Comeback Player of the Year. You've seen these guys blossom. You've seen them. Dexter Lawrence playing like an all-pro. You've seen the guys that get them in draft, and now you start to see them develop and become really good players for the Giants. And we've had no cap space. Next year, you're going to have a lot more cap space. You can have Joe Shane, Brian Daboll, Brandon Brown. They're going to be able to, they're going out there with their own guys and scouting guys for the Giants. They're going to be able to build the future for the Giants with some cap flexibility and another year of drafts. Seems like we have a good core of players and personnel here. Those type of things are what get you excited about the Giants. And again, a little change like the turf. I mean, last year we were bitching about free Pepsis. At least I thought that was an embarrassing. I thought that was a slap in the face to Giants season ticket holders, to Giants fans. I thought what they had done here for the last 5 years as far as building a franchise and the way they ran the franchise was a slap in the face to Giants fans. And I will go back to the season. I don't know if it was a season closing press conference, but John Mara, one thing I'll give him credit for is I believe John Mara admitted fault in the way the organization was run, and that he said the fans deserve better and that they have pretty much embarrassed the fans, and it's been embarrassing. And I think that maybe John Mara had that aha moment last year and realized maybe I got to step back and let some other guys do the things. I'll still be involved, obviously, in the moves that they make and the drafts and everything else, but he's definitely giving his, whatever, his blessing to say, Shane, Dable, Brandon Brown, you guys do what you got to do, and I'm going to support you all the way. But things like that, the little things, tell me the Giants definitely know what the problems are. They've identified them. They're moving forward, and I'm so glad that they're getting rid of this just horrible turf. The turf there absolutely sucks. They used to play like on just a carpet in the old Meadowlands, and it was better than the crap that they have at MetLife Stadium. So that's a good thing, no doubt about it. I want to talk about Joe Judge, my favorite Giants former head coach, Joe Judge. Good old Joey Cement Shoes. Anyway, Joe Judge had some things to say about Daniel Jones. One thing John Mara also said about Daniel Jones was that they never really gave him a chance to succeed. They really didn't. And it's funny because you look at the team that's around Daniel Jones this year outside of Saquon Barkley, you might actually say it's worse. I don't know. I mean, Kenny Galladay's been hurt. Kadarius Toney's been hurt. So like Shepard got hurt. It might actually be worse. The receiving core, I think the offensive line's been better, but a lot of that has to do with coaching, in my opinion. You look at the talent level on paper, and you might say that what they built around Daniel Jones is actually worse. So John Mara said they gave him no chance to succeed. Yet with very little, I feel like Daniel Jones has done as much as he possibly can do, maybe even more than a lot of people expected him to do. He'll never satisfy some people. Some people just don't like Daniel Jones. They want Daniel Jones the hell out of here. They want a new quarterback, and it is what it is. I'm not going to get mad at those people for not liking Daniel Jones, because everybody has their opinion on what they feel is best for the New York Giants. And me personally, with the way Daniel Jones has played this season, I believe he's earned a contract. I believe that the Giants can win with Daniel Jones, especially if you start to get some good young wide receivers around him, build that offensive line with this coaching staff, with Kafka calling plays, giving Daniel Jones that confidence in the leadership role that he's taken on. With the team around Daniel Jones right now being 7-2, there's no reason for me to believe that if you start to put more talent around him, that he can't get even better. It took him a little while to develop. It took the right coaching staff, and it took the right system, but every quarterback needs the right system, every single one of them, unless you're just a god. And that's, Daniel Jones is not a god. He is not Aaron Rodgers. He is not Tom Brady. He is not Pat Mahomes. Although I'd like to see Pat Mahomes in any system would succeed. Obviously, the Andy Reid system is perfect for him, but you find the right system with the right quarterback, you're going to succeed. So, it would also take a need off the table for the Giants, and they could address other needs in the draft and in free agency. A quarterback's obviously a massive part of what they do, so we'll see what Shane and Dable do going forward. But to get back to my point about Joe Judge had nothing but nice things to say about Daniel Jones. Joe Judge came out and said Daniel Jones is a fighter. Daniel Jones is tough. And again, that's something that I don't think anybody ever questioned Daniel Jones's toughness. I know the guy got hurt a lot, okay, but he tried to play through a lot of things. I mean, he had a bad neck. He had some, I wasn't a broken neck. I won the Olympics with a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. That's for you old school wrestling fans that like to Kurt Angle. But Daniel Jones played with a lot of injuries. We saw him this year go out there with a bum hamstring and just kind of hobble along and get the Giants a win earlier in the year. I believe that was against the Bears. But he's played with nagging injuries, with pain. He's tough. I mean, nobody ever questioned his toughness, his grit. I don't think anybody ever questioned his work ethic. And Joe Judge just spoke to all those things, talking about how tough he is and everything else. And you like to hear that from your head coach. The problem was Joe Judge just wasn't the right guy for the job. That system was not right for Daniel Jones. Whatever they were doing between Joe Judge and Jason Garrett, it just did not work for Daniel Jones whatsoever. And I don't think that was ever a question. But for, a former head coach who was exiled out of here with a lot of fanfare, including myself. I was just glad that he was gone. And again, it was nothing personal against Joe Judge. It's not like I didn't like Joe Judge, because I loved the Joe Judge at the beginning. It's just everything that he said he was going to do is like the complete opposite happened out in the field, and that I didn't like. I liked the way he spoke. I didn't like the way he executed, and that was, or the team executed underneath him, and that included Daniel Jones, who dealt with a lot of injuries under Joe Judge, and I felt like he floundered under Joe Judge. He regressed in this year under a newer regime, under a 21st century analytical type of offense. He has been a lot better. They don't ask him to do a ton because they're winning games without asking him to do a lot. Can Daniel Jones beat a team by throwing the ball 40, 45 times? Well, we have yet to see. I know Patricia Traina put some stats out there about when the Giants win, they usually run the ball more than they pass. And somebody said, well, that just goes to prove that Daniel Jones can't do when he has to throw. And like she said, it's not true. It depends on the game situation. If the Giants are behind and he's forced to throw a lot, then obviously you're going to skew the statistics. The statistics only tell half the story. When Daniel Jones has had to give the Giants a drive to win a game, he's done it 5 times in the fourth quarter. I don't know what more you can ask of the guy, but like against Houston, they didn't ask him to throw the ball. He didn't have to. They couldn't stop the run. Why would you try to fix something that ain't broken? That's the whole thing. I like that they didn't get cute. I like that they didn't veer from the path. I like that, we're winning this game by running the ball and cramming it down their throat. We're going to continue to run the ball and cram it down their throat. If they find success early in the game with Daniel Jones, and the funny thing is, there was a lot of people that I want Daniel Jones to throw the ball more. At the beginning of the game in Seattle, it's like, why aren't we running the ball more? Listen, man, the Giants are a smash mouth football team. They don't have an explosive offense. It does not matter how you win football games in the NFL. I will say that till I'm as blue in the face as my hat is. There's no style points in the NFL. The goal is to score more points than your opponent. Daniel Jones can have the worst statistical game of his career. If we win, I don't care. If Daniel Jones has the best statistical game of his career and we lose, I'll be happy for Daniel Jones, but I'm still going to be upset that we lost the game. Daniel Jones could play against Detroit here this week, throw for 347 yards, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers, and we could lose this game 34-31, and I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy that, look at how great Daniel Jones was. We lost. I'd much rather – I'm not a player guy. I'm a team guy, man. It's all about this. It's not about the name on the back of the jersey. For me, it's about the logo. It's about the logo on the helmet. It's about the front of the jersey. It's about the Giants. The Giants as a team, not a bunch of individuals. This team don't play as individuals. They play as a unit. They play for one another. They play for the coach. That's why they're 7-2. That's why. Okay? Could Daniel Jones throw over 350 yards? Who knows? Who knows? Right? But he hasn't had to do that. So why make him do something he's not comfortable with? Why would you take your quarterback out of his element? Why would you take Saquon Barkley? Saquon Barkley is our best player. Then if Daniel Jones had a really good wide receiver core, if he had the Dolphins wide receiver core, if he had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and we were running the ball 40 times a game, then even I might say, why aren't we throwing the ball more? Why aren't we throwing the ball more? We got Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Why aren't we throwing the ball? We got an explosive offense. Right? If they had Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, like the Eagles do, and the Dallas Goedert, now I know Goddard got hurt, but if you have Goddard and you have A.J. Brown and Quez Watkins, and I know he fumbled, but if you had that receiving core and they weren't throwing the ball, I'd be saying, why aren't we throwing it a little bit more? But when you're throwing to David Sills, Richie James, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Darius Slayton's been the best by far of our receivers. But outside of Darius Slayton, I mean, who are you really sitting there relying on? He had Daniel Bellinger, and obviously he got hurt. So there's really nothing for him to throw to. So why would we take him out of his element and make him throw the ball a ton? Why would you want to trust guys like Kenny Golladay? That's just the way I look at it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I expect the Giants to do a lot more of that this week. I expect them to run the ball down Detroit's throat. Detroit has a terrible defense. There is no question about it. We should be able to run, and run some more. I may not be Barkley getting 35 carries, but between him and Breida, I could see between 30 and 40 carries on the ground. That is what they should do, especially if they're able to run the ball. Detroit's defense is horrible, but their offense can be extremely explosive. They can put up a lot of points in a hurry. They have a really good running game. Jared Goff has played well this year, and our defense has been bend but don't break. We do not want to get in a shootout with Detroit. We're not built to play shootouts. It's the same thing when we go play against the Eagles. Washington kind of showed you the blueprint. Run the ball against Philadelphia. Keep them off the field. Don't let that explosive offense get in there. Don't get in a shootout with Philadelphia. Don't get in a shootout with Detroit. Don't get in a shootout with anybody for the Giants. You want to make them play your game, which is slow the pace down, run the ball, force them to go long drives. You guys got to convert third down and, continue the 7-8 minute drives. Keep that Detroit offense off the field. We do those type of things, we're going to win. Anyway, that's all I got in this video. I'm sorry that it was so long, 15 minutes. I guess I can just sit here and ramble on and on and on and on. I'm just excited about the Giants' future, guys. And like I said, the little things like the turf go a long way for me. It goes a long way, should go a long way for the fans, not just for the Giants, but the Jets. It's a win for both of them. Both of those teams are playing extremely well this year. It's nice to see good football back at MetLife Stadium. It's good to see winning football back at MetLife Stadium. Jets and Giants fans know it's been a long time coming. And I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the year, no matter what happens over these last 8 games. I'm certainly going to enjoy the season that has been the Giants, knowing going forward in the future, they are doing everything they can to better this franchise, to get them to a Super Bowl contending team. And, little things like the turf are going to go a long way. It's going to bring other players in here, too. You got to think about that as well. Think about signing free agents. How many free agents are going, yeah, I can't wait to go to the Giants or the Jets and play on that turf. If you got better turf, you're going to attract more players. Say, okay, they fixed the turf. Well, that's good for my career. So anyway, that's all I got in this video. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. It is the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.